what's wrong. The only thing people care about is who says things the loudest. Who says things the loudest?
I don't think I do too well. Well with moderation, well with moderation. I try to control myself, but I lack the patience. Can't seem to slow the pacing. The way it's so sabotage, I got it down to an art. I should hold back, but where's the fun in that? I don't think I do too well. Well with moderation, well with moderation. Too well, well I do too well, well I do well, well I do too well. I don't think I do too well. Well with moderation, well with moderation. I try to control myself, but I lack the patience. Can't seem to slow the pacing. The way it's so sabotage, I got it down to an art. I should hold back, but where's the fun in that? I don't think I do too well. Well with moderation, well with moderation.
There he is.
Good thing, because you missed a lot last week.
You probably didn't watch anything. All right, good morning. It's the 25th of February, and we're going to play some D&D. We're in session 87 of Odyssey of the Dragonlords, subtly titled Butterfly. We have a lot to go over and a lot to do, and but first we got to do a recap, and we'll see what crazy shit happened last week. Arcadia, are you ready?
Oh my God, I haven't been that speechless, I think, ever in my life. Bonjour from streaming live from Ottawa, Canada. We begin our session on, I'm going to stop with days because we're switching to a different calendar, but we are 88 days together with 9 days remaining of the Oath of Peace if we believe the person in the cube. And at this point, we have just defeated and killed Lutheria, and just as we're going to go downstairs into the barge to search it, we hear a giant kaboom. And Arcadia rushes to the railing of the ship, and it is Talius. He's wailing on the ship, and she calls him to stop and explains the situation, and he gives her 10 minutes. And he does not know of a seal that would free Chalcia. So as we turn to leave, though, we see Verena and Chondros staring at us with their mouths agape, and they are just astonished that it is true that we are the heroes. And Verena apologizes to Ametrius, but we tell them to go back to the ship, that we need to abandon this barge immediately. And as we go downstairs, we see other members of the crew. They're all looking for the 7 missing members, and we tell them to get back to the barge as well. Corbin and Arcadia go down and gather the treasures. There is a music box, a dodecahedron, a mask, a coin, and a quill. And the creepy children, though, who apparently were Lutheria's daughters, are not there. And as they wander around, they come across the throne that when you look at it, it looks like it will fulfill your wildest dreams. And they are both sorely tempted, especially Corbin. He really wants to sit in the throne. And Arcadia counsels against it, even though she wants to as well. And then he asks vengeance, and her eyes are massive, and she's licking her lips because she sees lots of treasure. And that makes him nervous for her, so he grabs her and heads to the Ultros. Demetrius, meanwhile, goes to the armory, finds a great axe, a great sword, a shield, and a set of plate armor on the ground. He detects magic on them and senses a dark aura, but puts them in his bag of holding. And as we leave, Talia starts destroying the once beautiful barge. And now we have 6 new crew members. The 3 beautiful men, the 3 beautiful women who were having the orgy, the ones that we first met who plied Nico with margaritas, and the 2 creepy children. Nico thinks we should put the children behind an oar, and Arcadia says she thinks we should kill him. And she tells him, Demetrius, that we have to explore the possibility of killing those children because, like her and Demetrius, when something traumatic happened to them in their childhood, they sought revenge as adults. And she wants to put that threat to an end early. But he says no. He's gonna. He detects that they are just regular children when he uses his divine sense on them. But he does appreciate the fact that she brought that up to him. Meanwhile, the beautiful people go up to Nico, ask him where he can find a drink. He brings them downstairs to the hold where all the grog is. Then we go to Kyra. And but before that, there's a little scene here where we grab Nico to take him to Kyra with us, but one of the beautiful people is there, and Demetrius tells him to gather the others and tell Verena what they can do to help out on the ship. And the man says, "What is a Verena?" And Demetrius says, "The red woman with horns and wings." And he goes, "Oh, the big one with the big," and then asks if Demetrius will be joining them too. And he looks like Adonis, and Demetrius says, "Maybe." We find Kyra in her room, and she is writing in her black book. There's a crude drawing, and she doesn't know what Lutheria's death means for the oath of peace, nor what it means for her. And Demetrius does divine sense on her, trying to see if her power has changed at all, but it doesn't seem to have changed. And we ask her to send a messenger to Mitros, to the Oracle, to tell her that we are on our way because we want to ask her. So then we go to Demetrius and Arcadia get Verena because they want to deal with the Union. And she's chatting with some people, waving her hands and trying to reenact what happened. And he slew her, and he did this, and he did that. And Arcadia's like, who? He. So they bring her to the captain's quarters where she is quite nervous because she doesn't know what's going on. And Demetrius says, I fully intended to cut off your head, but your words made me realize that we could perhaps come to an agreement if you swear an oath of loyalty to us. Arcadia approves of it. And the first thing she says is we need to disband the Union because this is a warship, not a ship of leisure, and that we are going to Mitros to give the crew the chance to leave if this is more than they bargained for when they volunteered. Verena swears basically a kind of oath that is like a knight to a king. She is not a slave, but she will swear her loyalty and that she will not do anything against the party. And she is not expected to kill. But it is an official oath that will be met with punishment if she breaks it. We discover, we are reminded there are 2 other tieflings with her, but they will probably not be left off at the Nether Sea since the situation has changed. We talk about the beautiful people, and Arcadia says, well, the crew did say they wanted entertainment, and those people seem to be very willing to give it. Considering looking at them, they don't look like they are the type to do any kind of hard physical labor at all. So we leave Verena in charge of the crew. And Arcadia tells Corbin when we go to Mitros, she would like him to talk to the Minotaurs since he has a relationship with them, and maybe we can get some military and ex-military because that's the type of crew we need on the Ultros. Demetrius tries to pawn off the children to Kyra, But they fight, and the children dryly say, "We don't need anyone to watch us." Meanwhile, Corbin has gone up to Gravik and asked him to identify a couple of items. He looks at the quill, and it is true what the children told us about it, where the writer always uses beautiful handwriting, and Gravik doesn't say more. He just wants to take the quill, but we had learned from the little girls that you can write in any language. He looks at the plate armor, and he says he gets resistance to a type of damage, but then as soon as he said that, he pulls his hand back and says it is cursed. And Gravik says, well, you can keep the quill if you identify another object, and it is the dodecahedron, which Gravik cannot identify. He says it just has very strange looking runes on it. Oh, and one more, the coin, which again, with the kids, it's true. It always flips and lands on the side that you want, except Gravik discovers there is more to that coin than meets the eye, and we think it might be one of the seals that need to be broken to free Chelsea. We sail right into the whirlpool and return to the upper levels of our world. We have no idea where we are, and there is no land in sight. We search for the Ultros for a chest that might have contained potions of aging to age vengeance, but Corbin doesn't find anything. So because we are stuck in the middle of the ocean, we ask Gravik to teleport us to Vulcan with his teleportation circle. And he barely looks up at us, and Demetrius says, well, you know, we killed Lutheria and stuff, and Vulcan is like, right. But then Nico says, no, really, we did. And then Vulcan is like, wait, really? And so Vulcan says, I think we should have a drink. And Nico's like, oh, don't mind if I do. But meanwhile, we have some questions because Gravik is being stubborn and won't identify more things. We ask Vulcan to identify the armor. It's all cursed, which Demetrius throws into the lava of the forge. Let's see. We set the Antikythera to the bear, which is why we went there, because we need to set the Antikythera on dry land. Hopefully, it obviously was night, if that wouldn't have happened. Corbin asks for an instruction pamphlet to the Wheel of Fortune. It was apparently lost, and he can't find it there. We ask Vulcan what day it is. Arcadia asks, and it turns out we went back in time a month. We've gained 32 days. So we go back to the Ultros. Demetrius has plans to go deal with the crime boss that took 2,000 gold and is making everything overpriced for us. But Arcadia wants nothing to do with it because she had nothing to do with it to begin with. Demetrius threatens to let her fight Hexia all by herself, and she threatens to let him deal with the centaurs all by himself. But they end up, Corbin says he needs to get the aging potion to age vengeance while we're in Mitros. So Arcadia says she wants to go has other business in town anyway. So we spend 3 days to sail to Mitros, during which the fellas, Demetrius, Corbin, and Nico all spin the Wheel of Fortune. Nicodemus lands on an ant on the first day, and he shrinks to tiny size for the next 8 hours. He also, on the second day, lands on the tree, Nico, and he gets the sense he can cast polymorph an extra time. Meanwhile, Corbin and Demetrius haven't landed on anything that seems to make a difference, but on day 3, Corbin lands on the Bard, and everything he says becomes indescribably funny to everyone. Also, during the journey to Mitros, the party notices that, for lack of a better term, Nico looks a little scruffy. Nix. Sorry, I was like, Nico, sorry, but maybe Nico does look a little scruffy. Nix looks a little scruffy. Her feathers are starting to look unkempt, and some of them are not lying flat, but it's just starting. And she looks a little awkward. And Arcadia continues doing her military exercises, but now she's working with Nix a lot. Nix is swooping, and Arcadia is moving around, and they're working together as a team. And those 3 days, Gravik did not come up for anything at all the entire time. Rumor has it he is writing a play. So now it is our 91st day together. Now, according to what Volkan said we would have, because the 3 days have passed, 37 days remaining of the Oath of Peace. And the last time we were in Mitros was our 83rd day together with 14 days of the remaining of the Oath of Peace. So it feels like it's been 8 days. So 8 days ago, when we got there, the crowd was yelling, the heroes are back, they're here. And Amitrius was riding on the chariot of dawn, acting like a fool. but he was gaining a lot of fame and paid some people to spread our fame through Mitros and Astoria. But this time when we are sailing back in, we see a very, very large crowd of people, and we see banners with crude drawings of centaurs on it, and the crowd starts chanting everyone's names, and they call us the God Slayers. So we dock, and if we try to be sneaky, the people are following us everywhere, which Arcadia hates, but Amitrius and Corbin revel in. We go to the Temple of the Five, and we see some people standing outside of Lutheria's temple crying and giving us evil looks as we walk by. And then Corbin says, hey, don't cry, be happy. And because of his bard, they start laughing their asses off, but crying. We go into the temple, we find the oracle sitting there praying. Amitrius talks to her because Corbin would just make her laugh, but she looks at Corbin very lustfully, and he goes up and kisses her. We ask her about the oath and the five gods and the effect of Lutheria's death on them. She doesn't think it has any effect on the oath itself, but the gods, it might have either strengthened or weakened them. She honestly is not sure, and it might have also pissed off Poseidon a little bit. And then we ask how to age up vengeance. And she has heard rumors that potions of aging might have once existed. That's how they did it in the old days. And she has a suspicion that Acastus might have some. And Demetrius also asks about recruiting other dragons to our cause. And does she know the whereabouts of any of Balmetria's brood, which is something we were told about to be on the lookout for. And she says, you have Aziz, yes? And Arcadia asks, is he one of her brood? And she just shrugs. And we saw a dragon flying around the island of Yonder, but we don't know if that was one of them. And then she says, and then there's always Hexia, which is the green dragon that stole Arcadia's mother and the one that she has vowed to kill. And Demetrius says, Hexia, does Hexia have dragon eggs or young dragons in her possession? Or do you mean to recruit her herself? And Versi does not respond because Hexia was a Dragonlords dragon at one point 500 years ago. She does say that some things have been sunk that need to remain sunken because we are looking for a couple of things, a lost treasure of the Dragonlords that's sunken, and we're also looking for the sunken kingdom, which she doesn't know how we can get to that. So we decide to go to Acastus. And this is at this point in the stream, I was laughing so hard because Engorgio was like, watch this stream. As soon as they start to leave, as soon as they get ready to leave, they're going to be like, what the fuck? So anyway, we decide to go to Acastus, but first Arcadia recommends going to see Icarus. And Icarus was the silver dragon we had met. Guess what? In real time, July 31st, 2022, where he was described by Engorgio as looking like an adult, but sounding like a teenager. Our brilliant DM. So we decide to go talk to him first. Arcadia reminds everybody that he really values silver. And as we turn to leave, Versi says, keep in mind, you only have 40 days left till the oath expires, as opposed to we thinking at 37. So we have 40 days. So we go into the courtyard of the palace and hear loud snoring coming from it. Demetrius offers 100 silver coins and throws it on the pile and asks him, have you ever been fed a potion that aged you up? And Icarus says, I don't know what you're talking about. But Corbin says, come now, you must know, which causes Icarus to start laughing because, again, of the bard, landing on the bard of the Wheel of Fortune. And Corbin continues making him laugh. And he starts laughing and crying at the same time, as does everyone in the party. And finally, Amitrius says, well, that's a shame because we have 5,000 coins, but I guess we'll go spend them on beer. And that gets Icarus's attention. We give him 5,000 silver, and he says, from what he remembers, he and Argon were both fed those potions of aging about 20 years ago when they were first hatched, but he hasn't seen any of them since, and we only had the 2 that they knew of. And the other dragons, the copper dragons that Acastus commands, are apparently a little bit older than Icarus. So then Arcadia asks, who's Argon? And Icarus says, Gaius's dragon. Now, remember Gaius, Commander Gaius, was ahead of the Sidon. We discovered that he was actually Corbin's grandson. Corbin, he had the boots of speed that belonged to Corbin when Corbin was a Dragonlord, but he wouldn't give them to Corbin. So Corbin stole them. And during the Great Games, during the Vulcan's Anvil game, when we were fighting fire creatures and were surrounded by lava, Gaius wouldn't give it up to try to get his boots back. So Corbin pushed him into the lava, and he was in there so long, he got burnt like Anakin Skywalker. And we never actually saw his body. So, although when we went to the Fates, they hadn't cut his thread. So we knew he wasn't dead, but he was very badly burnt. And this is where the mind fuck, well, the mind fuck already started with us going back in time, but this is where it gets really crazy. So when we find out that Argon is Gaius's dragon, Amitrius says, oh God, to Corbin, your grandson is a Dragonlord? And Icarus says, of course he is. And Amitrius says, you threw your grandson, who is a Dragonlord, into the lava as a Dragonlord? And then Icarus says, what are you talking about? He didn't throw him in no lava. They're actually pretty good friends from what I've been told. After the games, Corbin revealed to him that they were grandfather and grandson, and they got pretty close. And then Arcadia asks, was anybody killed in the Battle of 100 Hands? Because remember, this was huge. This was when, under the spell of Lutheria, Amitrius, we all saw our opponents as fey creatures, and he beheaded Hatria, who was Ileana's mate. And this is what started Ileana on her blood feud with Amitrius. So now Arcadia asks, was anybody killed in the Battle of 100 Hands? And Icarus says no. But Amitrius did win the Great Games. And the Great Games ended a week ago. And for us, let's see, hold on a second. Where did it go? Uh-oh. I have to look up something. Sorry. I think, oh boy. The last game, okay, so instead of being gone for 4 to 5 days, we've actually been gone 29 days. So they think the people who are living there actually think we're so we're a month ahead. So back to what I was just saying. Sorry, I'm looking at 2 different documents here. So end of Icarus. Yes. Okay. So everything, all the results of the games are the same, except no one was killed. And Arcadia looks in the bag for the coin that Darian gave her, but it is still there. Corbin still has his boots. We decide to go talk to Queen Valis. And as we head toward the palace to try and find the queen, we hear heavy armor marching our way. And Arcadia turns to look, and a group of Amazon warriors stop, and one comes rushing forward, yelling, "You're back! You're back!" And Arcadia is expecting it to be Michaela, the Queen Guard, captain of the guard, but it is Ileana. And I've never been so speechless in my life, because last time we saw Ileana, she had tried to kill Arcadia on Themis when we restored Queen Darian to the throne. And Ileana wouldn't have anything to do with Arcadia. But now Ileana rushes up to Arcadia and almost bowls her over by grabbing her and hugging her. And Arcadia just stands there for a second and then gives her a hug. And Ileana says, "You're back sooner than I thought you would be. I thought you'd be gone for a while." And Arcadia asks how long have she been gone, and it's been 4 or 5 days, even though she said she'd been gone for a few weeks. And then Arcadia asks Ileana, "Where's Hatria?" And she says, "Hatria, she's probably back with Darien, I'm guessing." And then Arcadia asks if the Amazons have ever been forced to worship Lutheria. And Ileana says, "What the hell are you talking about?" And so Arcadia looks in her backpack, which she has had since day one, a little bronze chalice with Lutheria's symbol on it. It is gone. And then Demetrius asks, "Is there a woman named Maxina in charge of the Amazons?" But Ileana says, "No, she's the consigliere, but Darien's the queen." And then Demetrius asks if Maxina is a Medusa. And Ileana says, "Did you get bumped on your head? Are you trying to tell me a joke?" And this is something she continues saying to Demetrius, that he is so funny, he's a jokester, and he always makes her laugh. This is the person who was going to kill him, and we all know that Demetrius doesn't joke a lot. So then Demetrius asks Ileana what Darien's opinion about him is, and he had totally insulted her and the Amazons by calling her a hag. And he asks Ileana if Darien speaks favorably of him, and she says, "Of course. Even Electrion, his brother, is over there on Themis." At this point, Demetrius turns to Corbin and asks him to punch him, which he obliges and punches him in the face. But he seems to be awake as he touches his lip, and there's some blood and bruising. And the Medusa helms that Corbin and Arcadia have of Leah and Nestora's heads, the queen's heads, the Medusa heads, they are now normal helms with scary images of a Medusa, but not real Medusas in there. So Arcadia asks Ileana and explains that something happened over the 5 days to change their memories, but she confirms that her mother was still stolen by Hexia. But then Ileana says, "Oh, your father said he's going to help you find her." And in our timeline, Pythor had nothing to do with it because he had sworn an oath to not interfere. So then Demetrius is thinking, if Maxina never became the Lady of Coins, the head of the guild, the Thieves Guild, is that big boss guy, the crime guy he was going to fight, still around? So we have to find that out. So Arcadia asks Ileana why she left Themis. And she said, "Well, you got a message about your dad and that Honora was getting married, and you wanted to go and meet all of them, and you're trying to sneak away, but she caught her, and then she came with her. And now we're wondering what will happen if we kill Sidon." And then Arcadia at this point just grasps Ileana's hand tightly in hers, and Ileana says, "Are you okay? You're trembling. What's wrong?" And she says, "I am so glad to see you." And then Michaela interrupts and says, "If you two lovebirds are done, we have some training to do." At which point Arcadia drops to one knee and puts her fist on her chest. And Michaela says, "My lady, you bow to no one." And Demetrius asks, "What is Arcadia's status among the Amazons?" And Michaela says, "She is second in command of everything." And Demetrius says, "Like all of the Amazons?" And Demetrius says, Michaela says, "Yeah." And Demetrius says, "Oh, damn." And Michaela says, "You know this. You were there for her promotion." And at this point, Nico says, "I think I might want to go back to my old house on the dock." And we all decide that's a good idea. But we first want to talk to Valis, and we find that she's up in Astoria getting prepared for the birth. Honora is pregnant, which makes Demetrius very nervous because remember, not all of us, but some of us had one night stands with Honora because she was disguised. Now, I used to think she was disguised as Casey because it is Arcadia's half sister. She did not recognize her. So now we're nervous about what this child is going to be. So let's see. We go to find. At this point, Michaela says Ileana needs to return to training, and Ileana says, "Oh, I know you hate it when I do this," but she gives Arcadia a quick kiss, and Corbin always tries to make her laugh when she does that. So we find a Castus in the throne room along with Bella, a concubine, and Commander Gaius. He is not burnt, and Corbin waves at him, and he says, "Grandfather, how are you? Congratulations on your victory." And we find out that he did not join the Order of the Dragonlords, but he is still a member of Sidon's group. But he does have a dragon that he rides from time to time, and he has some sort of bond. We don't know which one. We ask Acastus if he has potions that can age up a dragon, and he says he doesn't. There are no more. He used the two to Argon and Icarus, and if he could find more, of course, he would use them because they're adult dragons, but ancient dragons are even better. Amitrius believes him, but Corbin is suspicious. And once we leave the castle, Amitrius tells Corbin he should try to get him away from the influence of Acastus and Sidon and make him a dragon lord. And Amitrius asks Nico if he wants to go out and tear down the statue of Lutheria, and they do. And Corbin gathers the crowd and starts doing a comedy routine, which Arcadia can't stand it, so she leaves. They tie a rope to the statue and pull it down with Amitrius, like dictators and in the news feeds that we see. So Arcadia goes to a shop, and this is where we always are overcharged for things. And there's a couple of people just BSing, but they straighten up really quick when they see her, and she goes to buy a potion of healing. The guy looks and slides it over and says, "For you, for the great Arcadia, it's on the house." And so she tells the party what happened. She says she bows her head and says, "I appreciate it," and takes it. So now we head to Nico's actual house, and this is where he used to live. And the last time we were there, his buddy was living in there with his family. So we go to see who's there, and the crowd is still following us because we're quite famous now, Godslayers. And we see smoke coming out of the stack, and we smell a very delicious stew getting made. Nico goes up and knocks on the door. The door opens, and his wife is looking at him. And the children say, "Papa, Papa's home." And Nico just says, "Shit." Because if you remember, Nico's wife and children were stolen by Lutheria and killed. And we saw their spirits after we killed Lutheria. But apparently, they're just fine and dandy in Mitros. And we end the session on our 91st day together with 40 days remaining of the Oath of Peace.
Sus.
Highly.
Highly suspicious. Okay. And I will point out that Gravik is not with you guys because he's doing his play, and he might have. You left him on the ship, so who knows what he's getting up to. So yeah, Nico, your wife and kids are staring right back at you. Well, how do you feel about this?
Zombies that raise from the dead. No. Nico's astonished. He's flabbergasted. I thought she was gone. I thought she's dead. You've been here all along.
Of course. We just saw you right before you left.
It's been a strange journey for us. Things have happened that didn't happen, and things that didn't happen have happened. I need to sit down and clear my head.
I see.
It's that wonderful smell. What you're cooking me. So it smells like my favorite meal.
It is. Would you like some? And would you like your friends to have some too?
Absolutely.
And,
He turns to everybody and waves them in. Come in, friends. Meet me wife and me children.
And they run up. Uncle Amitrius, Uncle Corbin.
And Amitrius will reach out and pat one of them on the head, and he will fish into his bag, and he will take out 5 golden coins for each of them. So I think 10 total. Here, a little bit of allowance for the market kids.
Ooh, thank you. And
Corbin will tell them the very funniest joke they've ever heard.
and they will start laughing. And as they're walking away, it says, "I'm gonna go get the new statue of Demetrius, and I'm gonna go get the new statue of Gravik." And your wife puts out more chairs and insists everyone sits down as she starts putting stew into bowls.
So the kids look like they obviously recognized Demetrius and I think Corbin, but so does the wife look like she recognizes all of us? Like we've already met her?
Yes. Like your old friends.
Every time somebody takes a bite of food, I'm gonna say make a noise so they try to get it to come out their nose.
Oh, jeez.
So, Arcadia will have a few bites and stay about 10 minutes, and she can't stand this with the laughing, but she also has other things, and she goes up to Nico's wife and says, "I thank you for your hospitality, but I have to take care of some business."
And she says, "Anything, my lady."
So
Corbin would similarly excuse himself.
When Corbin, Arcadia's not going to let Corbin come with her, but she's going to say, I'll meet you all back on the ship in the morning.
Corbin will say the same.
Okay.
Nikos looks up at him. I'm going to stay here for the night. I'll meet you on the ship tomorrow morning.
Well, I'm not done eating yet.
Get
I
out.
could go for another plate.
And the wife gets up and rushes to go grab another plate for you.
Thank you. You are a wonderful cook. I will stay like a few hours into the evening.
Okay, so have you ever like seen a show or whatever? Like you're at a gathering and it's obviously that the host wants you to leave, but or wants the person to leave, but they're not.
Yeah, exactly. It's way too cozy. The food is way too good. I'm like staying well into the evening.
That's how the wife, his wife is looking, and the kids eventually come back and they take their bath and go to bed.
I'll offer them some rides on my back.
Okay. And the wife's, well, it is getting kind of late, so...
Nonsense. I'm having so much fun with my cousins here.
So is this kind of what he wants to do the rest of the night?
Well, in the night, he wants to go out and, probably... Actually, he's gonna ask if he can sleep here. They have a room for him.
And you look around, and there's obviously not any centaur rooms.
And then he'll say, well, I guess I'll go into the city and find something when it's like midnight or something.
Donkey out back that you could stay with.
And I'll give Nico an offended look and say, no, I don't like donkeys. And I'll say, thank you for the hospitality, and I'll give a polite bow and to his wife and to Nico himself, and I'll say, I'll see you back on the Ultros.
Nico shakes Demetrius' hand. I'll be there in the morning.
And then he leaves as well.
Alright. So, what's Arcadia, if you go to leave, the crowd starts to cheer, and they start wanting to follow you and ask you for autographs and whatnot.
Corbin would give her a wink, and he will start making the crowd laugh to distract them.
They all start cracking up.
She's going to head to the nearest magic shop.
Okay.
And she's going to go in there and just ask. She's looking for a ring of protection.
And the shopkeeper obviously is like, thank you for coming into my shop, blah 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 blah, and he is amiss to say that he does not have one.
Okay. And does he know where she can find one possibly?
He does not, as he's not. He's he kind of like straightens up. I'm a very honest businessman, my lady. I am not certain where to procure one of these.
Okay. Then does he have magic items there?
Yeah.
Does he have
they-
bag?
They don't look very. They don't look like it's something like high end, if you will.
Okay, so not bags of holding, not goggles of night vision, nothing like that.
You could probably find a bag of holding.
Oh.
Absolutely.
All right, she'd go with that because she's like tired of carrying. Like everybody else, except well, not everybody, but Corbin and Demetrius have these great bags, and she's like, "Look, it's Arcata shopping for a bag. Pretty soon it's going to be high heels, you know, lipstick. You know, it's the new Arcadia."
And
Proves we really are in a dark timeline.
he pulls out the bag of holding, and it looks like this.
Okay, does that look like Corbin's and Demetrius's?
It looks a little fancier, like a little more feminine.
Not frilly though.
There's some
She's
fringe.
like, is that the only one? She goes like, "Do you?" She's like, "Is
Really?
that the only?" She's like, "Is that the only one you have?"
Really, Arcadia? You care about fashion now?
She doesn't want a frilly bag.
He looks at it and he grows pale and he kind of like shrinks back and says, "I'm sorry, this is the only one I have."
Okay, it's fine. She doesn't want it to look like. Oh God. We'll deal with that one tassel, I guess. What the tassel is different, maybe.
Nope, tassel's there.
What? I'm just saying, is the tassel different from theirs?
It is pink.
No. Okay, forget it. She's not gonna get it. Sorry.
Oh my god.
That's not my style. Sorry, but I appreciate it.
Somewhere in the distance, you hear the crowd laughing.
Well,
Yeah,
there's also a crowd outside. Like, there's people going to be following you guys. Like, think of like popular celebrities. There's always like paparazzi out following you.
Yeah. No, she's not. Okay, she's not going to get it. And she's going to just go to a regular. So is this like a magic store? Because there's some stuff that she just wants to get, like, just like regular, like adventuring gear, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then let me see. Do I have any greater potions of greater healing? Because I'd like to grab some of those. Does he have something like that, or?
Greater healing, yes.
Yeah, and how much would that be? Or can I just? Are you going to open a shop?
Yeah, I'm opening a shop right now. Bam.
What kind of other? Oh, so what? A potion of greater healing is 492 gold pieces?
According to the shop, and there's no extra like markup or anything like that. It's just.
Wow, isn't that like more than a usual? And I know it's not. I know it's not like a crime boss markup, but.
No, they're usually like it says like just popping it up. It goes from 100 to 500, but I don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a big.
You're in Mitros, like like picture like going from like a small town in like Indiana, price wise, to like New York City,
Right. You know what? She is then not going to. Let me just double check all this stuff. I think she's not going to bother with this. She is going to. she's actually not going to bother, and she's going to go. She's going to go back to the palace, and she's going to look for the Amazon's training.
Okay. So when you walk out, there's some people out there, and a young woman walks up and says, "My lady, may I have a word?" And
Okay,
she's like dressed like head to toe in like the finest outfit.
Okay.
And she says, "Us here at Tiffany's, we're trying to. We have a new clothing line, and we'll be wondering if you would like to perhaps model it and maybe wear some, and we could compensate you. And if anyone asks where you got the armor from, you say from us."
And she says, maybe another time, but you know where to find me. And then she'll walk off.
Okay. All right.
So does she? Yeah, she's gonna go to the She'll go to the palace to look for Ileana, and then why don't you cut to see what Corbin's doing?
Yeah. So things to do. Corbin, you're telling jokes outside of Nico's home, and then what?
Alright, once I see that Arcadia has gotten away, I will tell the crowd that I must be off, and I will activate my dragon wings and fly away and look for
Nice.
look for a rooftop that's outside the crowds where they won't see me land.
Okay.
Nice.
And then when I land, I will try to disguise myself so that they don't know that I'm Corbin.
Okay. We're going east, or no, yeah, east.
I'm
or
gonna
north.
try to go if I can. I'll go towards where Gaius is because I'm gonna look for Gaius.
Okay, so y'all are down here, and then the palace is like way up, like northeast, like way up yonder.
I don't have the map up anymore. Oh, there we go. So anywhere close to the palace that I can land undetected.
Okay. Roll. Let's see how. Cause that's a long. I mean, it's not a long fight, but roll. Roll as a stealth.
How do you stealth fly in the sky, though?
That's what I'm trying to like see.
Meanwhile, you see a large mob.
You want it in the tower or not?
Open is fine. Let's see. Yeah, I think when you land, you kind of land with a soft poof, and you think you don't think anyone saw you.
Oh, and Vengeance is with me. She's hanging out in the bag a little bit.
Okay. Now that would be a little bit because like people know Vengeance obviously.
Well, I got her in the bag.
Right, I'm saying like I mean you're not gonna completely close her off, right? Like her head just kind of like popped out like little like a Paris Hilton's little toy dog like popped out of the bag.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my illusion though so that they can't see her.
Okay. Illusion.
So while we're on the roof, I'll make sure she doesn't get too loud while she's laughing, but I'll have a conversation and tell her that she's gonna have to be my voice, and that we need to find these potions for her.
Okay. And she says, but according to the king, there are no more.
I don't trust them.
Oh, okay. He seemed like a nice man to me.
Maybe, but I think we need to keep looking.
Okay.
Besides, I want to find out more about Gaius. Things have really changed.
All right, and how are you disguising yourself?
I'll disguise myself. I'll disguise myself as a young noble child.
Young noble child. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, you have. What do you have?
What's that?
Oh, you have 4 things attuned, but I'm looking at. I'm trying to find something else.
No, I don't think so.
You know, I'm assuming you don't have the Crown of Dragonlords attuned anymore.
That's correct.
Where the hell is this guy's? I just want to read it. Guys, get 30. Alright, so professions do with this kit lets you add your profession bonus to any ability checks you make to create a visual disguise. How so you're a little noble kid, okay. Are you still wearing the kilt?
Yes.
Nice. And did you plan to land inside the palace grounds or outside the palace grounds?
Wherever wherever it was safe to land. I mean, I'm trying to get as close to Gaius so I have less distance to go, but obviously I was trying to land undetected too.
Yeah, inside the palace or outside the palace? Just...
And Gaius was inside the palace, right?
Yeah.
So inside then.
Okay. Okay. You land. You disguise yourself as a kid. You're in the palace grounds.
And I start looking for guys. Hopefully stealthily, without running into any guards or anybody.
I don't know if that's going to be completely possible, but we can certainly try.
Well, maybe I'll go up to a guard and say, have you seen my Uncle Gaius?
And he starts laughing a little bit. And he says, no. Last I saw, he was with the king and they were discussing stuff in the palace, but Gaius doesn't really interact with me. Why are you... What exactly are you doing here anyways?
They told me to play out here and not stop making people laugh.
And he starts
fall down.
He starts laughing again.
See? I will quickly walk away.
The guard's laughing. What a funny little weird kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's say you get into the palace. You kind of like walk into the palace and you see people like milling about, and one of the handmaids comes up. Who are you and what are you doing here?
I'm looking for Gaius. I like to make people laugh.
And she starts laughing her ass off.
See?
And she says, he's over there. But be careful, he's not in a good mood.
And nod. Where is he?
And she just points again.
But I mean, is he with people? Is he by himself?
Yeah, he's with people.
Then I'm gonna just stand and watch him until he gets up and goes somewhere else, and I'll follow him.
And one of the
Creepy kid watching him.
Yeah, one of the guards comes up and says, young man, can I help you?
I have to go potty.
And he points us right over here. You want me to show you?
No,
Don't
just
go with that man,
tell me
Corbin.
where.
He's giving me weird vibes.
And the man says, "It's down around the corner over there. You shouldn't be in here right now, though, please."
Is there other? Do I notice? Are there other ways out of this area, or is it just the main way that I came in?
It's the main way.
Okay, so I should be able to see anybody leaving.
Yeah.
All right, then I will wait out. I'll try to find a place to hide outside, and wait for guys to leave.
Okay. And eventually he does.
I will follow him stealthily.
Give us the stuff.
Damn.
You're rolling well now.
Everyone's very stealthy.
And eventually he walks around, like, and you see he's heading towards the like where the residency chambers are. And there's a guard sitting outside the chambers, or outside the doors, and it's an Amazon guard.
So, this is what, like a single building, or?
Yes. Single building, single entrance.
Alright. I'm gonna go around the corner where they can't see me, and I'm gonna fly up into the air. It's night. Is it nighttime?
It is not.
Oh, it's not. I'm gonna go around to the back of that building. Are there guards in the back?
No.
And are there windows back there or anything?
There are side windows on the sides, but not on the back.
Are there guards on the sides?
No.
Alright,
Otherwise, they would have stopped you.
alright, I'm gonna look for a window that I can fly up into.
Okay. You see a window roughly 15 foot up, and it is closed.
I'm gonna fly all the way up to the roof and see if there's anything on the roof there. Any way I can get in from up there.
You do see a few chimneys.
Alright. Is there smoke coming out of the chimney?
2 of them. But the third one is no smoke.
Alright, I'm gonna try and climb down that one.
And this is how Corbin dies. Alright, how are you trying to climb? Like, are you just trying to, like, shimmy down, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Doing the old back and feet walk down.
Alright, give me a...
Athletic?
Yeah... Athletic? No, because you're trying to, like, slide. Yeah, athletics is fine. Yeah, you shimmy down and you get about halfway and you start to get stuck, and then you just like kind of like suck in the gut and you slide all the way rest of the way down. But you will be covered in soot.
Fine. Where have I come out?
In a bedroom.
I will explore the bedroom and see if I can figure out if it's Gaius' bedroom.
It is very feminine in here.
Not good. I will listen at the door, see if there's anybody in the hallway outside.
Give us investigate or perception.
Damn, Corbin.
I am rolling hot today.
Alright. You do not hear anyone.
Alright. I will open the door and peer out into the hallway.
Okay. It's roughly a 30-foot long hallway, and at the end of this hallway, you see another Amazon guard walking away from you, turning around a corner.
Okay. Do I see any other doors in the hallway?
You do?
Do I feel like Gaius would have made it to his room yet or not?
Probably.
Okay. So I see one other door in this hallway?
2.
Two doors. Does it look like they're both rooms or?
Here are closed doors.
Well, I'm gonna run over and open one and step inside.
And you walk into a closet.
And I walk into what?
A closet.
A closet. All right. I'll quickly. Well, if I open it, and I see a closet. I'll quietly close it and go to the next one.
Yeah, and the next one is a bedroom, and it's a very lavish bedroom.
Okay. Do I get to feel like this might be Gaius's bedroom?
Yes, as you hear
At least not a woman's bedroom.
as you hear some giggling and also laughter coming from around the corner in the bedroom.
I will try to hide under the bed.
You do not see the bed in this room.
Oh, do I see any place I could hide?
You see an armoire.
Alright, I'll hide in the armoire
Okay.
and see if I can. I'll leave like a crack open so I can see.
Are you sure you want to do this? Leave a crack open. Okay. So a few moments later, you see a Bella, the concubine from Cassius's room, throne room, come running out, and she is in the nude. And then a few moments later, you see one Gaius also coming out, and he's also in the nude. And then we'll have a little fade to black scene.
Damn it, Corbin.
Great. Fucking peeper.
What a strange guy this Corbin, really. Just walk in there regularly. There is no reason for you to be sneaking at all.
I'm going to examine the wardrobe, see if there's any boots in here.
There are not. And roughly 45 minutes later, you hear okay, and
Corbin nods. That's my grandson.
Jesus.
And then clean up and get dressed and all that stuff, and you hear her okay, I have to get back to Cassius now before he wonders where I'm at. And you hear the door open and close, and then you hear you start to smell like pipe smoke.
Right. I will open the door and step out, and taking off my disguise.
And he says, "What the fuck? Why are you watching this?
I'll hold my finger to my lips so you can be quiet.
Are you watching this?"
What the hell, dude? This guy is...
I mean, we're close, but we're not that damn close. Holy shit! God damn, what the hell are you doing in here?
I'll say, I don't think Cassius would be very pleased with your activities.
And
Laughing?
he is
Yeah,
not. He is
not
not.
laughing.
He is not.
Oh. Am I beyond the laughing time? What time is it? Have I exceeded the time limit on the laughing?
Because remember when you asked the guard not too long ago where the bathroom was, he also did not laugh.
Oh, that's good. Thank goodness. And I'll say, Gaius, we need to talk about those potions.
Dude! A little decency here. What the potions are you talking about? Get out of here! Jesus Christ!
I will try to
Who
intimidate
the hell
him.
is Jesus?
I will try to intimidate him into because I've discovered his relationship.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh, not very
And
good.
there
And
goes.
when you try, how do you try to intimidate him?
More like innuendo.
So when he stands up, you hear a little flop on the ground, and he looks at you and says, "Get the out of here right now."
I'm like, I need to talk to you.
There's a time and place for everything, dude.
And I'm going to tell him, what about those boots you've always been wanting?
And he looks like he's ready to say something, and then he closes his mouth and he says, "You mean my boots? We've been over this."
Yes, I willed you those boots on my death, but I'm not dead, obviously.
Obviously. Can you because you know he's still butt naked, so can you come back later? Like, I mean, what's the hiding?
I'd like to know that too, actually.
I wanted to talk to you alone and in secret.
Then you could have just asked. You
Well,
didn't have to like hide in my.
I was having some trouble with my voice earlier.
I mean, you were pretty funny earlier. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty good on you.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
But you seem fine now.
So where would Acasus keep these potions?
I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know.
Has there ever been a place where he didn't want you to go?
No. I have full run as far as I know. At least I have full run. He's never said I had to. He's never said there's no place I'm banned from.
Not his wardrobe.
Well, probably his wardrobe, but you know.
I have a way of getting to these things.
Yeah, could you just send me a text? Jesus.
I don't have one of those magic devices. I only have this stone, and it doesn't seem to help me at the moment.
And you see him standing there, tapping his foot, flopping around.
Like, very well, I will speak to you again in the morning. Do you know where Cassius's apartment is? Where does he live?
He lives in the palace proper.
You think I could sneak into his room?
I think if you get caught, like, I just saw you, it'd be a little bit worse than me yelling at you.
You didn't catch me. I told you.
He even is proud of.
And while I only have, there's only two guards here. He has a little bit more, and they're not as forgiving as I might be, even though their leader is amongst your people. But he's still a king, and they are still hired on, I guess, some of his people.
We also need to talk about you joining the Dragonlords proper.
Nah.
You know I am reforming them.
Nah. I don't like taking oaths and all that crap. Anyways, and he looks down and looks at you, and he's kind of like, we can have brunch in the morning if you want.
Fine. Be on the lookout for any information on these potions, though.
And he kind of scratches his head, and he's like, okay, but I'm telling you, I don't think there are any. And he looks over at Vengeance and he says, now, could you please cover her eyes?
I mean, Amitress is almost always without pants, so she's used to it.
She's used to it.
Centaur male or human. Centaur human.
Alright, I tell him, alright guys, but be careful with these affairs of yours, because I'm sure he wouldn't be very happy with her being in your quarters either. And if I can sneak in here, others can too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Valis, so...
Anything else going on around here that I should know about? I've been away for a while.
And he kind of looks at you strangely. What do you mean? What? You've been gone, like, you haven't even gone a week.
Yeah, but we went to an island where time is not the same.
He cocks an eyebrow and... What do you mean?
Time changes erratically. Vengeance was an adult there.
He kind of laughs. Okay, man, you need to, whatever you're smoking, you know.
Corbin is the weird grandfather.
Yeah, he's like, okay, Grandpa, let's get you back into your bedroom here.
Jesus. Okay, Grandpa. Jesus.
Like, behave yourself, Sonny. And I will run and jump out the window.
Behave yourself, he says.
Behave yourself as you're the one who broke into his room.
Yes.
And watched him for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. Creepy. Maybe he
It would
picked
have
up
been
something.
creepier if I jumped out while they were still there.
Lord. Alright. And then what does Corbin do from here? It's probably been...
I'm gonna fly back to the ship and go to sleep.
Okay. And that's all he wants to do for the day?
Yep.
Alright.
Oh wait, I will, before I do that, I will spin the wheel before I go to bed.
Okay. Yeah, you did not spin it. Did you spin it before you came in? I thought
I haven't spun it
Where
since
the
I was
author came from.
since the last spin, the laughter spin, which wore off. So I'm assuming I can spin it again.
Oh no, it has to be 24 hours in between spins. It has not been 24 hours. Like
okay.
you spun
So
it like
the laughter didn't last 24 hours.
correct. Like it's been about 8.5, like 8 hours or so.
So maybe in the morning I can spin it.
Yeah. It doesn't matter like what you have when it wears off or whatnot. It's just 24 hours between spins.
Alright. Then to bed I go.
Alright, let's go back to Arcadia. No, actually, let's go to Gravik. Gravik, you've been writing your play. Did you finish it in the 3 days that you guys were gone, or are you still composing?
We'll say that he managed to finish it within the 3 days.
Cool. Alright, so the rest of the crew, like, once you finished it, are you gonna, like, turn it into, like, playwrights or, like, library or something?
Yeah, he's gonna. Is there like a Bards Guild in Mithros?
Yeah. And so once you finish it all up, you notice that like pretty much the entire like crew has departed, and like there's just a skeleton crew here working.
He'll just yawn, considering he hasn't got much sleep since he started writing the play. He's just gonna walk off the ship onto the dock and start looking for what he'd assume would be the Bards Guild. He's probably going to be pretty flamboyant, so he'd probably be able to spot it pretty easily.
Oh, absolutely. And there is a crowd of young women following you around. He's out. He's come.
Gravik is just gonna like look at behind him at the women, then look around for what they're actually excited about, and shrug and continue on. And he looks very disheveled right now. Like his beard is a little like grown a little bit more, and it's shaggy. His hair is unkempt, and he's got like ink stains on him, on his smudges on his face and everything. But he doesn't care about that, and he's moving towards his objective.
All right. Give me a perception.
Perception. Do you want it in the tower?
Open's fine. So as you're walking around, even though you're all like single-minded, you notice from like your side view that a couple of young women are like running right at you.
He's assuming that they're like in a rush to get somewhere. He's gonna try and sidestep out of the way and let them pass.
Okay, so when you sidestep, you move out the way, and then they run right into you. They really quick give you a hug, and you feel a pull at your head, like as they're pulling some of your hair out, and then they take off running again. I got some.
Rabbit is just gonna like watch them leave, just completely belittled, just confused as all hell, and he's gonna like rub his head. What the? He's gonna start heading back toward in the direction of the guild, but not before stopping and watching, like looking back to see just try and gather what the hell that was even about. Just not used to this kind of behavior at all.
As some more females are starting to crowd you again. Tell us a story, Gravik. Show us some magic, Gravik.
What? No, unfortunately, I've got business I must attend to. Perhaps another time.
But Gravik,
Uh,
can we have your autograph, Gravik?
Sure. Okay. You have a quill?
And you see like 100 quills being pulled out and handed to you.
Okay. He's gonna just randomly take one. What do you want me to sign?
Here. And she holds out an arm.
Okay. You gonna wet the quill and start writing his name on her arm. Any particular language that you want it in?
The fanciest that you know.
Okay. He starts writing it in Celestial.
Nice. And another girl pushes her out of the way. Here, sign here, as she holds up as she shows some cleavage.
Oh, okay. He'll do it again, like sign his name. Is that enough? I really must be going.
But no, as a collective sigh goes throughout. And you hear the girl scream out, "I'm going to go get this tattooed on me," and she runs off.
Okay. Just still very confused by all this. But yeah, I appreciate. Whose quill was this? And he's just gonna like look around to see who to hand it back to.
You see a bunch of hands held out.
Right. And he's just gonna put it in the nearest hand.
I got it. He touched it.
Okay, I gotta go. And he's just gonna turn around and just cast Dimension Door and teleport as far away as he can.
Nice.
So he'll just teleport in the direction where he thinks the Bard's Guild is, and just hopefully far enough that he's out of anyone's line of sight.
Yeah, and when you pop back out, you hear like you're like in a corner, an alleyway, and you hear kind of some commotion and like kind of like a bunch of people huddled around, and like they're listening to kind of like a play. And you do see a playbill, and it says "When I Was Young" by Gravik Thorn. Uh-oh, did we lose you?
Shit, I was muted there. He's just gonna be like, what the? He's gonna then pull up his robe to try and like cover his face so he's not as easily recognized, and he's gonna sit and watch this play for a minute, anyways.
And it's been going on for a while, and you see Gravik, an actor who's dressed very high and mighty. He's wearing like very bright cloak, and he's dressed to the nines. And he goes up to a group of people. You see a woman, not good looking, and a little midget who looks like Danny DeVito, and a man who's wearing a horse costume. And then you see another little midget with a very long beard. And you see it, and the person in the back says, "And this is where the great and mighty Gravik found these poor souls and decided to join their motley crew, and the rest is history." And then a bunch of claps and cheers come from the crowd as the play ends.
Gravik's gonna like somewhat face palm, like just enough for his like thing, like his fingers are open enough so he can still see what's going on. He's like, they're gonna fucking kill me. Like, just realizing if this gets out of the party, sees this, they're probably going to lynch Gravik. I think he's just gonna grab somebody like that's like at the back of the crowd. Who's responsible for this production?
And he says, "What are you talking about, you Lex?" And he says, "Oh, it's you."
No, I'm just one of the extra. I'm what the fuck do they call him?
It's him.
No,
Gravik,
I'm just one of,
Gravik. And then more
cover
people,
his mouth.
and more people start to turn.
I'm just one of the other actors. I'm an actor. I'm just looking to get hired.
Gravik? It's the real cloak. It's the cloak. Gravik. And all these people start like the whole play, and everyone who was watching like turns and looks at you, and they start walking your way.
Well,
it's him.
No, no, my name's Ron Lai. Yes, not Gravik.
We know of that name. That is what Lord the Mighty Gravik told people his name was when he was trying to hide. It's you.
God damn it. Anyways, I gotta go. He's gonna turn around and just start walking away. What the fuck is going on?
Gravik. As people start following you. Gravik, Lord Gravik, I have a play. Would you be willing to look at it? It's really good, I promise.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure there's a producer somewhere that will read it. It's not really my thing to produce. Excuse me. He's gonna just try and like rush into like the Bard Guild, just and try and close the doors behind him.
Okay. And when you do so, they slam shut. It's all quiet. And as you turn around to look, there's a bunch of people in here just watching you. And you see a banner hanging back in the ceiling, a big old picture of yourself. Get Clyde in there to make the party go, ooh, who we throwing Clyde onto?
Start like walking towards the group and trying to move past him. But I'm sure his footsteps are like ringing out as he does.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he's just going to try and like squeeze by everyone like, you wouldn't be able to direct me to the producer of the play, my play?
Of course, sir. It's right around the corner.
Thank you.
Who do you want Clyde to go to?
Squeeze by everyone and go to where he was instructed to.
You want Clyde to go to him, onto Gravik, or a certain person?
So, does he see anyone immediately, like when he turns the corner?
Yeah, you see you see somebody from behind, and you hear a loud roar. Is it done yet? But you can't see their face.
He'll walk up to them. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm almost done here. What do you want?
I heard that you were the one that produced the play that was being shown outside.
And as he starts laughing as he turns around, you see you see a monkey, and he's wearing a bowler hat. and he doesn't have any pants on.
Well,
And then you start to hear some music.
okay.
And he starts laughing, and he says, "That was really funny, wasn't it? You like that, don't you?" And he takes the bowler hat, and he takes a nasty dump in that hat, and he rushes up to you, and he says, "Here, wear this." And he puts the hat on your head and takes off running.
The fuck is going on?
That was funny, And that was Clyde the Pooh Singing Monkey, brought to you by Brogar.
He'll immediately take off the shit-filled hat.
It smells like peanut butter.
Yeah, and he'll toss it away, cast Prestidigitation, causing all of it to just splat on the ground next to him. What? Okay. Maybe I've been up too long. Maybe I'll just go back to the Ultras. And he's just gonna like turn around and start walking away.
And a few moments later, the monkey comes back and he says, he's rubbing his eyes. He says, "Hey man, I'm really sorry about that. Every once in a while, I just get that simian urge to, just to throw poo."
It really is Planet of the Apes.
You're just gonna look at and just are you a bird that was cursed or something?
Yeah. I sang a jingle for somebody one time, and they weren't really happy about it, and she turned me into this. And it stuck, and, here we are.
Well, best of luck to you. Maybe try and control the urge from now on.
And he says, well, what can I do for you? You were looking about me producing your plates. Pretty good, ain't it?
Yeah, who wrote it exactly? I don't remember writing that.
He looks at you and he's like, "Man, I know I'm just I look like a dumb monkey. I get that, but you wrote it. You wrote it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago when I first met you."
Really? Well, okay. Well, I have another play that I'm just finished, actually.
His eyes grow bright. Give it to us. Give it to us.
Yes, here you go. It's just of our latest adventures.
And he
More
says,
of an updated version of the current play, and he's gonna hand over the scrolls.
and he gets very, very excited. He's like, "We can make. We're going to make so much money together. Yeah." And he says, do you want your cut, by the way, from the last couple, for the last 2 months' take?"
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely.
And he says, "All right, go and see Bridget downstairs. It's down in the armory."
Bridget. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, who did the casting for that play?
You can't miss her. You can't miss her. She's and he says she's a midget. Well, I'm sorry, not a midget. She's a little person, but Bridget's a midget. Can't help it.
You mean a dwarf or a gnome?
Yeah, but
Okay, but again, who was the casting director for that play?
And he kind of shakes his, scratches his. Why?
It seemed kind of. Never mind. Maybe just maybe just to think about recasting the other crew members of the Ultros.
What's wrong with them? What's wrong with the current cast? Everyone seems to love them. Plus, they're kind of under contract still.
I see. Well, I'm worried that the party might probably try and maybe kill me if they saw themselves being represented in such a way.
But why? That's how you described them.
I would not. Can I have a copy of the script, perhaps?
And he
I lost mine.
he looks at you funny, and he's, I guess, and he pulls out, opens up where his desk is, and he pulls out a stack of the plays, and he hands you the first draft.
Thank you. I'll have to reread this. But Bridget, you said.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll go speak with her then. Have a good day. And he's going to head down to meet with Bridget the midget.
Okay. And when you go downstairs, her eyes grow bright. Master Gravik, you're come.
Yes, I have. I was told to come down here. Bridget, correct?
Yes, sir.
I was told to come down here and talk to you about my cut of the take.
Absolutely. And she says, "Do you want it all?"
Perhaps invest half of it into the play. Maybe hire some better actors.
Okay, so you want half now, or you want to keep it, or what?
No, I'll take half of my cut now, and you can use the rest to invest into the play, increase the budget.
And she grows bright, a big old smile. Oh my God! Thank you so much, sir. Clyde is going to love hearing that. And she looks and says, "Are you going to? Do you have a cart or something outside? Or how are you going to transport?"
I'm sorry, a cart?
Yeah. If you're taking half.
How much exactly is it?
And she kind of says 50.
50,000?
Uh-huh.
Huh. What?
What?
It's very popular.
Grabbing's gonna is there a chair somewhere?
Absolutely.
He's just gonna slowly slink into the chair. What? How?
It's a very popular place, sir, and it's spreading all over the land.
Okay. I guess I'll just take as much as I can carry right now. Do you have a sack? Maybe I'll take 10,000.
Okay.
Invest the rest into the play. Spread it throughout the land. Maybe increase the production value.
You want us to? You're going to give 90,000 gold to spread it amongst everyone?
Yes. And also increase the production values. Let's get
is
this.
that the very?
What?
Are you spreading the play that you just wrote, or the play that you saw with the insults?
Oh, probably just both. Eventually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Use that money to spread the play farther and increase the production values.
And now she sits down and.
Are you okay?
That's so much money, sir.
Yes, but the land is big, and maybe we can even get this plate shown at with the Amazons.
Gravik the Generous.
Sure?
Gravik the Generous. Absolutely, sir. Let me go grab your money, and she'll disappear and come back out a few moments later with 10,000 gold. If you want to put that in your inventory.
Okay.
Here you go, Gravik the Generous. Don't spend it all in one place.
I'll try not to. And he'll stand up, almost fall back down, but then he'll steady himself, take a breath, and start walking out of the guild. And he is looking at the sack of gold, he's gonna decide he's gonna head towards a magic shop real quick.
Okay.
As he steps inside, he'll just take a quick look around. Does he see any like magical finesse weapons?
Such as?
Rapier, short sword,
Oh, yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it'll only cost you 90,000 gold pieces.
Does he see anything? Excuse me, shopkeep. Do you have perhaps a +2 rapier?
And he says, "For you?" And Gravik, the Kingslayer or Godslayer.
Wait, that's partially true. Yes.
Godslayer, and he says, "Absolutely."
In that case, do you have a +3 then?
And he kind of gives you a little come here.
He's gonna move closer. Like he repositions the sack of gold on his shoulder and like moves closer. Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I don't have it here, but I know where you can get one."
Where can I get one?
Have you heard of the boss?
The boss? No, I don't think I have.
He's he deals in high-end oddities.
I see. And where can I find this boss?
Well, if you go down to the shady part of town and go down to and he names the store and he says, and ask around, he'll find you.
I see. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for the tip. And he's gonna hand him 10 gold pieces.
And he thanks you very much for your generosity.
And he will head out, nod his head, and head out of the store and go in the direction that he was instructed to. And as he gets there, he's gonna start asking for this boss individual.
Okay. And you one of the girls says, "Well, he's down at the club right now,
The club, where is that located?
just around the corner."
Thank you. And he'll toss her a platinum coin.
And she grabs it and looks at her. And she goes up to Rossi. She says, "You see this? This is enough to feed me for a month. I quit." And slaps her boss.
And he'll head to the club. And does he see anyone? Is it a big line up there?
It is a big line out there.
Okay, so he'll just like move to the back of the line and just wait patiently.
And when you do so, people, one of the guards comes up, or the bouncer comes up. "Hey, you're Gravik, aren't you?"
Yes, I am.
Come with me.
Sorry, what?
Come with me.
Sure. He's gonna leave his position in line and go follow him.
And he says, welcome to the club, and there's somebody over in the corner who's he's looking for you."
Okay. Are you sure that's fine? Everyone else was waiting to get in before me.
"Yeah, fuck him. You're Gravik the god. You're one of the God Slayers."
Yes, I am. Okay, he's gonna nod his head and head towards the corner, assuming that's where the boss is gonna be.
And when you're walking up, you see a man looks like this.
As he sees this hulking figure, he's gonna pause a little bit, just kind of gulp, but step closer to him. I assume you're the boss?
And somebody sitting right next to him says, "Yes, he is."
I see. It's a pleasure to meet you. I was told that oh I have my apologies. My name is Gravic Thorn. A pleasure to meet you. I was instructed to seek you out in this acquiring powerful artifacts.
And the boss man leans down and whispers something, and he says, "Yes, we know who you are, and he highly enjoys your plays. I hope there are more coming."
Yes, I did actually just drop off a play that I finished writing not too long ago.
And you see the boss man nod, and then whispers down to him again. And this guy says, "Now, what kind of artifacts are you looking for?"
I was looking for a potentially very powerful rapier or any kind of weapon that needs a level of finesse.
And the boss man leans down again and says, "Like such as what?"
Oh, perhaps a rapier, short sword, something that a bard or a rogue would use in their trade.
And again, the guy says, "Such as, I'm sure you can get some at a common shop if you're looking for something a little more high end. Certainly, you have something in mind."
Perhaps a +3 or something even more exotic than that, if you have it in your inventory.
And he says, "The mighty Lord Fisk, of course, has those items in his inventory. Is there a specific one that you like?"
I wasn't exactly expecting a large inventory of these items available. Do you have a catalog, perhaps?
And says something, and then the guy says, "Well, if you're just looking for a common +3, that's easy enough. But maybe you have something a little bit more a little bit more shiny."
What did you have in mind?
We have allegedly, we know we're some that maybe turns into fire, or maybe turns into ice, and hear of one that might speak to you, and one that wounds, some that steal life, and some that even shines as bright as the sun.
Have any with the lightning or thunder?
Lightning or thunder? And the guy rubs his head and shakes his head no.
I see. I think but fire. I believe you might be talking about the flame tongue. I believe I've heard references to that weapon before.
And Bossman whispers something, and then his aide says, "Well, I can neither confirm nor deny this."
See. I'm more looking for something that will improve my ability to hit something.
"You want to hit something?" And the bossman chuckles at that and nods in improvement. And he whispers something and says, "By the way, Mr. Fisk here, he enjoyed the play and your depiction of Demetrius. That was pretty funny."
Yes, that's exactly what I intended when I wrote the play and talked to the casting director.
Yeah, good job at that. But
Yeah.
But maybe the next play, maybe Demetrius is a little bit more centaur-y.
I'll talk to the producer about that and see what we can do.
Mr. Fisk would appreciate that.
It's not a problem at all. I can do that. Before I leave Minthro, I will let them know. More centaur-y. Any... Go ahead.
And he says, so trying to hit something. So you just a +3 then.
I suppose so. Yes. How much would that set me back?
And he whispers something. And he says 9,999.
9,999. Okay, he'll gonna pull out his sack of money and start counting. Give me a moment. That's a interesting number.
Isn't it 10,000 gold? Just take one coin out.
No,
Yeah.
because he's been spending it.
Oh,
So 9,999. So I would give me 3,641 left. Okay, so he'll give him the money, and so actually probably a dumb idea, but yeah, he gave the money before he gets the rapier.
Okay. And whispers something again and says, "It will be on the Ultros when you get back."
Very good. And I appreciate you seeing me, because obviously you appear to be a very busy man, so I will provide you with a tip, and he's going to give him 40 gold pieces.
Okay. And then he'll whisper something and he says, now that business is concluded, how about we have a party? And the aide snaps his fingers and some women and men come in. Like with a bottle service.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm afraid I got to get back to the Ultros. It's been a long night, or last few days. I had just spent so much time working on that play.
And the aide nods and says, remember, more Centauri.
More Centaur, yes. He's gonna pull out the Phoenix feathered writing quill without really realizing that that's what it is. They'll write down more Centauri, Demetrius play. Okay. I will make sure that I bring that up next when I speak to the producer and director.
And as you're leaving, you hear from behind very like a high pitched voice. Nice doing business with you.
The fuck?
And you realize that was coming from the boss man.
You too? You gonna wave to him, like, and turn away and just like, what the f is going on? He's gonna quickly leave and head back to the Ultros, just completely confused with what happened. He doesn't know about the time dilation that they've experienced. He's just very confused right now. And he'll head back to the Ultros and wait for the boss to deliver his goods.
Okay, so when you get to the Ultros, you go down to your room, and you see on your bed, and it's wrapped up in brown packaging, a very fine, nice-looking rapier. And that is in your inventory.
He'll take it, like, unwrap it, unsheath it, and start swinging it around, but it's very clumsy and not really skilled at all at it, but he's got this for what he uses Tensor's transformation, which will allow him to use that weapon properly when he uses that spell.
Nice.
But after that, like, he clumsily swings it around and kind of like nicks his bed frame, and just after that puts it away and just takes a step back away from it. I'll save that for later.
Fair enough.
And that'll be the end of his particular adventure.
Yeah, and
Yeah, he's not going to mention anything about the play just yet until he can make changes to it so that the crew doesn't kill him.
All right, and with that, let's take a 10-minute break. So I gotta pee. very sus. Okay. Yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes. So if you go away, please come back. I'm going to start some music up, and we'll find out how the rest of the session goes. It's kind of downtime right now, so we'll see how it goes. See you shortly.
tryna run away. I'm lost inside your maze. You hit me like a hurricane. Pull me away. There's no escape. Feel it in my veins. Feel it in my veins. We'll never be the same. Never be the same. Never be the same. I could never run away. We tried to leave it all behind. I can hear the thunder break. Set me ablaze. There's no escape. Feel it in my veins. Feel it in my veins. We'll never be the same. Never be the same. Never be the same. Never be the same.
Go from now on. Be good, or Corbin will be in your wardrobe at night.
Oh God. Jesus Christ. And we're back. So we left. So Corbin and Graphic are both back at their back at the Ultras. What did Acadia wanted to do after she went on her little shopping spree, but turned down the items because they were too feminine?
Actually, she's going to look at a couple of other stores, so she doesn't find any more bags of holding besides that pink one.
Correct.
Okay. She also, I forgot to ask, she wanted to buy a couple of more adventuring gears things. She wanted to get a quarterstaff, if you have that, because she broke her last one at the Lotus Witch's residence. She wants to get some Alchemist's Fire, and she wants to get a set of manacles.
Let's see here. Pop that up. Pop
The
this
fuzzy
up.
pink frilling.
Pop that up.
No.
I say maybe Ilyana has some in the bedroom. Anyways, what's the alchemist fire? A flask, okay.
And how much is that bag of holding anyway?
Hold. 458. Alright, so you said alchemist, manacles, and what?
Quarterstaff? And she might get that bag, but I'll tell you what she does with it.
Alright, there it is.
Alright, so what do I do if I just want that?
See the
can I put...
see the button
No,
on
it's for the buy? Right.
No, see the button on the item next to it?
Yeah.
Click that. It's on the left hand side. Yeah, click whatever what you want. Then once you are satisfied and you have the gold in your inventory, click the buy button.
I'm trying to increase the number.
How many do you want?
I want 3 alchemist's fire.
There you go.
Okay, so then if I push
Click
buy,
it,
will it
click,
automatically...
click go to again. You gotta click it 3 times.
Oh.
And yes, it will automatically deduct the gold.
Okay. I don't know why it says I have -2 silver now. That's weird.
Did you not
In
have
my
any silver?
inventory. Oh, does it cost... Oh, I see. Okay, well, I would just... Hold on, I'll just trade. So it's 10 silver to a gold, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just change my gold.
That's it.
Okay, so, when she's walking around... Actually, I'm wondering, is this on the way? Remember where she went and got the Ring of Protection from Julius?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna swing by there really fast because she kind of wants to get an idea on the Thieves Guild stuff.
All right. So when you come in, how did that? Do you remember what it looked like the last time you were in there?
Yeah, it's pretty. Wasn't it seedy?
Yeah, exactly. This time, it's upscale.
It's upscale.
It's upscale.
Did I see any? Have I seen any thieves' cant written around? And she's probably not in the right area.
Ah, you have not.
Interesting. Does she recognize Julius?
Yes. This time, last time he was kind of like shady looking. Now he's kind of. How do I describe this guy? Hang on. I'm trying to think of a word. Like very well done. Like have you ever watched have you ever watched RuPaul?
Yeah.
Okay, so like one of those cast members, like very well done makeup. You know, like it's a man, but it's very well done makeup, like very well dressed. You know.
Oh, so he's wearing makeup, so he's kind of like a is he kind of like a drag queen then?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. If she goes up to him, does he seem to recognize her?
Yes. He says, "Welcome, Lady Arcadia. Welcome to my humble establishment. How may I help you? Thank you for coming in today."
And she says to him, I was looking for something, and I wonder if you have information on how I might find a ring of protection."
And he gives you a look, and I'm sorry, my lady, I don't know. We don't deal in magical items here. We're just a humble establishment.
And she says, but usually bartenders or people who deal with the public find out lots of information.
Yes, but if you look around, none of the clients here really are the adventuring type. They're kind of like upper class.
Where would you recommend I go to find this out?
Well, you could always ask the boss, man. I hear he kind of runs things with the night's not so well clientele.
Then she'll just thank him, and she looks at her inventory. She doesn't have a lot of money, so unlike Mr. Moneybags, who
who I will point out that no one knows about.
Yes, but she will thank him, and she just said, "Well, appreciate the advice, and I must be going."
And as you are heading out, give me a perception check.
In the tower, or
Open side. So you see on the table, there's a group of young women, and they're sitting there chit chatting themselves, and one of them is holding a flyer, and well, it looks actually it's a playbill, and you see that on it is a picture of Gravik. It's just Gravik's face. Well, what you would think would be Gravik, as it's all well done, and says, "Come see how the mighty Gravik came to these lands, playing now through forever."
She stops at the table and says, "May I see that?"
And the girl says, "Can't you see that?" And looks up and says, "Oh my God, here you go."
Okay, so I look at this thing, I leaf through it. What does it look like?
You can tell that. I mean, you're in theater, so it's just a playbill. It lists the name of the actors and what they're playing, and like a little bit of the description of the play and all this good stuff.
And where's it playing?
In Mirtros and coming to a city near you.
Does it say like a blah blah
where in
blah as
Mitros?
Arcadia and blah 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 as Amitrius?
Yes.
Okay, so she would be able to determine that it involves her.
Yes. The bards upper where's it, like up in this area, like the bards area.
Okay.
Which coincidentally, I'll point out, used to be where the Minotaur encampment was.
Interesting. She asks them, "Do you mind if I keep this?"
No, ma'am, you can have whatever you want.
And she says, "How much does it cost to go see this?"
And she says, "Well, per person it's 15 gold, but I'm sure because you being you, it's probably free."
And she says, and she nods and says, "Thank you, I appreciate it." And then she leaves. And then she's, so she hasn't noticed any thieves' cant anywhere. Interesting.
She is not.
All right, so she is going to go up to the palace and see if they're still training.
They are.
She is going to sit and watch and just wait until they're finished. Of course, she's always trying to, see what new techniques she can learn.
Give me another perception check in the tower. So out of the corner of your eye, and it's there just for a split instant, but you see something kind of. There's a building about 65, 70 feet away, and you see something. It looks like something flies up to the top of that building, but then when you turn to look, it's gone.
Did it look like a small child?
Okay.
Yes.
Do I recognize do I recognize a cloak of dragon wings or anything like that?
You do not. It was just
Okay.
kind of like it was just kind of like blink and you missed it, you know.
Okay. And oh, by the way, she's gonna check in her bag. Does she have the package that Maxina gave her to give to somebody?
She does.
She does.
She does.
Oh my god. And also when I'm looking in my inventory, there's something that just says bag. Is that the bag of holding?
Oh yeah, I probably need to identify this. Bag. There you go.
Ah, thank you. Okay. Well, she's going to sit there and watch. How's the training going?
Good. Yeah, I mean, it's standard Amazon training. Eventually, they finish up, and they're going back to the dorms.
Then Arcadia would go up to Ileana.
And she's all sweaty and out of breath.
She says, "You look good out there."
She blushes.
And she says, "Can we talk in private?"
Well, I kind of need a shower. Is it important or?
She says, "Go ahead. Get yourself cleaned up first."
Okay. Do you want to meet for dinner later? Or do you need to talk now?
I'd like to talk now.
Okay.
And I'll just wait. And she waits outside because she actually has no idea where anything is. So she'll kind of follow her around and just wait outside.
Okay. And then, about 20 minutes later, she comes out and she was wearing a dress.
Okay.
And her hair is all done like up, and she is like a French braid.
Wow. Okay. So I asked to go someplace private.
Okay. And she'll take you over to like a bench and where it's nice and quiet.
And she sits down, and she looks very serious, and she touches Ileana's hand, puts her hand on her hand, and says, "I need to explain what happened to us. We asked you lots of strange questions, and I need to explain why. And I'm afraid it's quite disturbing."
And she says, "You're kind of scaring me."
And she said, I don't know of any other way to tell you this, but let me explain something that happened when we were gone. And I can barely comprehend this, and I don't blame you if you don't understand, because I don't understand it myself. But in some of our adventures while we were gone, we saw distortions of time. Like, for instance, we were going down a hallway, but it seems like it took hours to walk down the hallway. And we were actually fighting a creature that could manipulate time. And I saw this creature affect Demetrius. He would attack her, and then she would blink, and he would suddenly be back where he was starting, like he was stuck in some sort of loop, and he would do the same attack. And it's also in this place where I found you, another version of you that was older, and you were in a slumber. And when I asked the Sphinx what had happened, and where was I, she had said that I had died in the Great Games. I know this is all fantastical, but it seems like there might be other realities. All I can say is what happened. I think something changed when we killed Lutheria. And somehow the influence that she had in this world stopped. And she just stops for a second to look at Ileana because she knows this is a lot to take in.
And she's looking at you very confused.
And she says to her, I am really sorry to tell you this, but the Arcadia that left you 5 days ago, I'm not, I am, but I'm not the same one. I mean, I know you, I know Themis, but there's something that happened in my life that in this reality didn't. So let me start. You know that my mother was stolen by a green dragon, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, Medical. I'm
And
saying the exact same thing.
I was devastated, but my Aunt Callista took over my upbringing, yes?
Of course.
And then when my mother was stolen, I shut down, but it was my aunt who brought me back, and we became inseparable. And this is where things are different. About a year and a half later, when I was almost 6, Lutheria came to Maxina, Leah, and Nastura and convinced them they'd be better rulers than our queen, Darian's mother. And they succumbed to her temptation, and in exchange for her help, they overthrew the queen. They staged a coup, and they killed everyone in her bloodline except for Darian, because Maxina was secretly in love with Darian. And when Nastura, who became the queen, Thessalia VI, found this out, she exiled Maxina to Mitros. And part of the penalty of them accepting this pact with Lutheria was the 3 sisters were all cursed to become Medusas. And Maxina came here to Mitros and became the Lady of the Coins, the head of the Thieves Guild. And she was using the money she was making to go back to Themis and find Darian. And she pauses again.
And she's staring at you like she's very concerned.
And she says, there was a bloody civil war. There were those of us who resisted, including my aunt. And the way it ended, the way that was stopped, was the queen and Lutheria, somehow, they brought a plague down. A plague on the tribe of the hyena. And they obliterated it. Everyone above the age of 12 died, including your mother and Diana.
She will hold up her hand. Why are you telling me this? Like, why are you trying to upset me? This isn't funny. Like, I don't know if you're trying to... I don't like this.
I'm just trying to explain to you why I'm different. Because it was this fact, this occurrence that changed who I was. Because before that, I think I was a normal kid. I loved everybody. I trusted them. I laughed. I hugged. And my aunt was executed for being part of the resistance. And when that happened, I emotionally closed myself off.
And her hand kind of like slips away from you, and she's, I don't like what you're saying here. Like, this isn't. I don't know if you guys are trying to like, if trying to play a joke or something, but this isn't funny.
And Arcadia says, no, it isn't. But you need to know, I can't act like nothing's happened or like we're just still the same. You need to know where I'm coming from. I don't want to deceive you. But you should know
Everyone
that
just
through
goes,
all of
"Jeez."
it, I've always loved you. And that hasn't changed.
So what do you want me to do here?
And she says, I don't want you to do anything, but I wanted to give this background to you because I don't know. And Arcadia starts to, she looks down, she says, this is so hurtful. She goes, I don't even know what our relationship is. I mean, I can guess from the way people are acting. And she opens up her right hand and you see the scar. She goes, are we life mates?
And she shows her scar, and she points to a big ass rock on her finger.
And Arcadia says, I have dreamed of this.
So what else happened? Like, next you're gonna tell me that me and she thinks for a second, me and Amitreus are like blood enemies. Like, and she starts laughing. Like, come on, man. Like that. It's kind of hard. I don't know how to. I don't understand.
And she says, are you sure you want to hear more? Are you okay with this? I know it's a lot.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think maybe you should go to the doctor. I'm sure, like, he'll see you.
She says, how did we first meet? My version is when there was a man from a neighboring raid broke through the front lines.
And she looks and says, "No, you were trying. You were trying to steal my kill."
I was trying to steal your kill?
Mm-hmm.
What?
The boar.
I was trying to steal it?
Yeah.
Labs, why would I want to do that?
Because you're you. I don't know. Because you were hungry, and you said I had to go out, and my auntie told me to go out and play, and then I wanted to go and hunt, and then I wanted to show that you said you wanted to show that you were ready to learn how to hunt, and that you wanted to try and get the boar on your own, and then you found me, and you tried to steal it.
How old were we?
9.
And what did you do to me after when I tried to steal your boar?
And she says, "Well, you see this scar?" And she points to her eyebrow. "We kind of wrestled."
Wow.
So I think you should go see Dr. Fargo. Maybe he can. I'm sure he'll take a look at you. I don't think it. I don't think. I think something's wrong with you.
And,
Not to be mean.
and she says, well, the rest of my party, we all share the same memories. So something happened to all of us. And then Arcadia just shakes her head and says, I don't want to think about this right now. Can we just spend some time together?
Yeah. You want to... I hear... I haven't seen it yet because I was waiting for you to get home, but I hear there's a play about how Mr. Gravik came to this land and how he met all of you.
Arcadia laughs and she pulls out the Playboy. Is it this thing?
Yeah, I hear it's really good.
Okay, whatever you want.
Then maybe we can go get some dinner after.
And she says, okay.
And then you can tell me all about this other land. And you get the sense that she's what's that word? Like, she doesn't believe you, but she's
humoring her?
Yeah, she's humoring you. Like, you don't think she fully believes this.
Okay. Arcadia understands that.
Which, to be fair, it's kind of that's a lot to take in,
It sure is. But she didn't feel right pretending she was not being someone she wasn't. Okay, so we go to this play. What's it all about? Or do you want to switch to someone else? Oh, I forgot to tell something. As Arcadia was leaving Nico's, she would have reminded the three of them, Nico, Corbett, and Demetrius, or not reminded, she would suggest to them that they stock up on diamonds because it's what's needed for Nico to cast Revivify or Greater Restoration, and that she had bought him 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds way back when that have been used up.
All right, so Nico, I know you were spending time. You're hanging out at the house. Was there anything specific you wanted to get into, or no? Other than trying to run Demetrius off, so you can have some boom boom time.
Just to have some family time and to be with his wife, because he's so distraught about losing them, and now they're back in his life again. So other than that, no real role play.
Okay, yeah, it's only been 4 or 5 days now since you saw them coming out of that damn site, and now they're alive again.
Yeah, and it's just blowing his mind.
Fair enough. And how about Demetrius? Other than being mean, overstaying your welcome.
Demetrius is going to the wealthy district in Mitros.
Okay.
And,
people are following you, of course.
He wants to find the most high class and expensive brothel.
Of course.
And he wants to speak to the madame there.
Of course.
And he says because he knows that such places, it's where the information comes and goes in cities.
Okay.
So he says, do you have? I have a few rare items that some collectors might be into. The axe of Xander, and the chariot of Helios, the sun god, and I want to sell them.
And
Can you put?
She kind of looks at you up and down and says, "Of course, we can always do that, or you could." I'm surprised though that you're not going to your friend,
To whom?
your buddy.
What buddy?
And she kind of winks. She says, and she kind of leans in. She's like, I know you got this whole good guy, God Slayer thing going on, but I know that you're friends with Mr. Fisk. I'm not dumb.
I don't know any Mr. Fisk.
Oh, that's so funny.
Right, just put word out to him and tell him I want to sell that. And in the meantime, where are your finest prostitutes?
And she says, well, he's at the club if you want to go talk to him. But, of course, you don't know him. And what is your pleasure tonight? Do you want man or woman or both?
Bring me 50 of your finest prostitutes, male and woman mixed. And I will take out 2 potions of stamina made from Pegasus blood.
Jesus Christ.
I will drink them and I will have an insane orgy all night. I'll be spending like 2,000 gold on that. Like I want the most insane food. I want all of the amenities, everything you can imagine.
You just go to whore it up.
That's right. I'll remove the potions of stamina. Actually, 1 potion lasts for 24 hours, so I'll just take 1 then.
That is not what I thought you'd be using that for.
Me neither.
Oh, you know, you have to leave an impression.
Yeah.
Legendary Demetrius.
It's the legendary Demetrius, yeah.
And then after that, I would I would spend the entire night there, and then in the morning I would go to the market or where she would tell me to go to meet this Fisk.
And so as they come in, and they're laying there, you know, after you've ravaged them all, one of the girls says, "Man, they were wrong about that play. Holy shit!"
What play? There's a play about me?
Yeah, there's a play about all of you where Graphic, he came, how he came to this land and met all of you, and they said that you were a eunuch, and you obviously are not a eunuch.
What? All right. And where is this play being held exactly?
Well, I'm sure it's done for the night, but up in up northwest of the palace, that's where the play district is.
All right, that's the destination for in the morning then.
Okay. And then what did you say about Fisk?
Oh yeah, when he spent the night here in the brothel having this insane party with like food and like an army of prostitutes, he would go to Fisk in the morning to see about trading this chariot and the axe.
Okay. Cool. So
But he doesn't yet know who that guy is.
yeah. All right. So let's take care of. You want to go there in the morning? Which one do you want to do first?
I want to go to Fisk first.
Cool. All right. So you go down to the club, and then they laugh at you and say, "Why are you coming down here, man? You know where he lives."
Who lives?
Fisk.
Right, I don't know where he lives. Take me there then.
Right. Of course. I forgot. You gotta keep up appearances. So come with us then, or don't come with us. But we're gonna go this way, and if you just so happen to follow, you do.
And you see that Demetrius is getting a little bit annoyed by these people, but he's like, yeah, let's just fucking go. I don't care.
All right. As you go, they take you to this very nice palace, or not palace, but like very nice home, and he says he's up there, and you go up, knock on the door or whatever, and you hear the door opens up, and you say, "You son of a bitch!" And it's your old buddy, Bossman.
And Demetrius will instantly draw his weapons, and he will say, "I've been looking for a chance to kill you once and for all.
Why?
Beat me and
What
stole my money.
the fuck are you talking about?
Remember, you stole 2,000 gold."
2,000 gold? What the hell are you talking about?
And then, seeing as he seems genuinely not to know who Demetrius is, he will
No,
sheath his.
he knows who you are.
Oh yeah, but I mean like
Like, the
what
money.
Demetrius is talking about.
Yeah.
He will sheath his weapon and he will say, "Did we ever fight, you and I?"
Oh, we did at the beginning, but, you know, after you did this to me, we became friends.
And Demetrius will awkwardly scratch his cheek, and he'll be like, "Right, sorry about that. Lutheria has messed with my mind a little."
That bitch!
Yeah. So I have the chariot of
Caesar?
the sun god Helios and the axe of Xander, and I was wondering if you might be interested in those.
Ooh, you wanna sell?
That's right.
Uh-huh. I might, I might be able to find a buyer.
Thank you. If you're willing to do that, then let me know when you find someone.
Yes,
Oh,
how
and I
mu-
also have these, and I will pull out 2 wands of the War Mage made of dragon bone, with I assume Vulcan's stamp on them since he made them.
Yeah.
I'll say how much for 2 of these?
And, he takes it and, rubs it over and he says, well, with the right person, I could probably get, maybe 300 gold per.
Sure, deal.
Okay. And then how much are you trying to get with the sword and, or the axe and the chariot?
For the axe, I'm thinking at least 4,000.
Okay.
And the chariot, let me quickly.
Where is the chariot anyways? I don't even see it. Oh, you put it in the Ultras.
Yeah, it's on the Ultros. Let me pull that thing out. Where is it? Did it disappear? Oh, there it is, Chariot of the Dawn. I'm thinking that thing is worth at least 50,000 gold.
50,000! Holy dog shit!
If you see what it can do,
to have that kind of money.
if you can see what it can do, you will agree with me. It can summon horses,
You're-
like the sun.
You're bullshitting me.
No, it can do that. It's a legendary item used by the sun god.
50,000. So, 50,000. What's the least amount you would take?
30,000.
Okay, I'll wheel and deal. So same commission, right?
Of course.
Cool. Well, now that business is done, should we summon the horse?
No, I just came back from an orgy, and one orgy a week
You
is enough.
motherfucker! You went without me this time.
Yeah, but next time I'll invite you.
God damn it!
Can you send some guys to pick up the chariot at the Ultras, and I will also take out the axe and give it to him.
Of course.
Yeah, just put both in the party sheet. Yeah, and he'll say,
Of course.
All right, nice seeing you again, Fisk.
You as well.
We'll hang out soon.
Yeah.
And Demetrius looking a bit awkwardly.
And as he walks away, you hear tapping coming every time he walks, like click, 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 click.
I try to determine what's causing that.
Give me a medicine check. All right, so you know that yeah. well, you don't know this, but
He's in the squad.
you don't know squat actually. You do have inspiration. Don't forget.
Sure, I'll use it.
This one's a little bit better. All right, so you realize that this is what happened. Like his voice is so high, maybe because he doesn't have any balls, maybe, and maybe that's why he was saying, "You know what you did," and the click clack,
I
click
figured
clack,
that one.
the click clack is maybe a substitute.
And as I walk away from his place, I will say to myself, "Damn, alternate Demetrius, you made me proud. It's what I would have done."
Jeez.
And then he will go to the to watch the play.
Nice.
God help us all.
No, if his depiction is offensive, he will become enraged and disrupt the play violently.
So it goes from the beginning of him, like shows him as a little kid, and then learning how to be a wizard and making people laugh and writing. And he's a big writer. And then towards the very tail end of the play, like the last 15 minutes or last 10 minutes, then they start bringing out his good friends. And they show Arcadia as a
Well,
very...
wait a second. Now, this is post Arcadia having
Yes,
seen
yes. It is.
it. So you don't know. I would say that there's a conspicuously missing someone playing Arcadia.
So this
understudy now.
this person playing Arcadia comes out as a fairly attractive looking younger woman, maybe mid-20s, and then you see somebody playing Corbin looks like a very short Danny DeVito, and then you hear two coconuts clopping as as somebody who is wearing like a horse costume, and a man comes out and says, "This is where Ametris has," and then looks, and then there's nothing underneath his kilt, if you will.
Immediately, Ametris bursts into a fit of rage, and he begins charging through the audience towards the stage.
And the person playing Gravik says, "Oh, wow, we have a charging centaur. Uh-oh. Everyone watch out." And everyone...
Ametris will try to get on stage.
And the crowd says, "It's Ametris! Ametris!"
And I will try to punch the actor playing Gravik in the face with my full strength.
Full strength, okay.
Yeah.
And no roll, it hits, and he said, "Ow, what the fuck, man?"
I
And
try to
spits out
lift
teeth.
the actor playing... Oh, sorry.
And he spits out some teeth.
I try to lift the actor playing Ametris over my head.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! And then he's like, "Hey, man, what the hell?" Like...
And I try to throw him away off the stage.
He's like, "Dude, whoa!" And the crowd says, the crowd's like, "Hey, whoa!" They're not liking this. They're kind of booing a little. They're starting to boo a little bit.
And I will lift my leg to the audience to show them my very intact manhood, and I begin taking a piss on the stage. And I will yell, "This play is a travesty! How dare you? Who is responsible for this? Who has insulted my honor?"
And you see a monkey come running out and say, "Hey, man, what the hell is going on here? There's nothing. This is legalized. We're allowed to do this. What the fuck, dude? Why are you doing this here?"
"Why am I doing this here?" And I will point at the horse guy that I just threw away. "You're depicting me as a eunuch? As this guy?"
"He's your buddy.
My what?
He's your friend.
No, he's not.
You're the
Did
one who
Gravik write this
suggested
play?
him."
What? I will try to pick this monkey up.
Give me a strength check. You do not pick the monkey up. As you go to pick him up, he kind of like shoves you back and says, "Dude, nah. Consent is important."
And I will say to this monkey, who made this play? Who's paying for this?
Who's paying for it? You know who's paying for it?
No, I don't.
Gravik.
And you see that the vein on Amitrius' temple begins pumping and bulging, and he'll say, "Do you know where Gravik is now?"
I don't know. He came by yesterday and collected some money and donated the rest to us. And oh God, he donated the rest of it to us. And he says,
"How much money has Gravik earned over my back hair?"
And he does not respond. He says, look, he was just a writer. Like, you're.
Oh, he's a writer, all right. And then Amitrius, he begins going away from the play, and he begins heading towards the Ultras.
He's like, and he calls out, "What the hell, man? You loved it last time. This is some bullshit. You're gonna hear from my rep."
And if I ever see any of you depict me as a eunuch again, I'll be back. And this time, heads are gonna roll.
Jeez. Okay, so you're going back to the Ultras. Arcadia, so you went and saw the play last night. You saw this woman. I'm assuming you made her disappear.
Yeah, she's more concerned with the appearance of Amazon. That's not the way we should be depicted.
Okay. How are you, like, you gonna kill her, or are you just going to, like, run around town?
No, she doesn't have anything against the actor. She'd probably talk to, like, who's in charge of this.
Okay. That's fair. And then, what do you do after?
Now, did Liliana like the play? Did I like the play? I mean, it's like ridiculous. She's like, this is not what it's like. No, I don't even have to ask if I like to the play. Unless it's more like Panto, but then Arcadia would she's kind of looking at Liliana for cues.
I mean, Ileana liked it. Like, it describes, it shows how he was raised and, came to be and all that good stuff.
All right.
And then at the end, because I didn't get to do this with Demetrius because he threw a fit. At the end, Clyde comes out and says, and informs you all that a new script has been turned in, and a continuation of of Gravik's story is in the works.
And can you go ahead and describe the Arcadia that I saw?
She was a little bit wider, like really short. She was I don't want to. I try not to be mean, but she's more trolly, like a troll.
But everybody looks like that, right? I mean, we got a DeVito Corbin, right?
Yes, except for the guy playing Gravik.
Okay.
And Danny DeVito is one of the most beautiful people in this world. Piss off.
Corbin thinks so.
And did Arcadia's? That's what she looks like. Did she really have any? Did she have any part in it? Or is it really all about Gravik and they just appear at the end?
Her part was him coming up and the meeting for the first time, and that's how it ended.
Oh, so she didn't actually act or anything.
Right.
Oh, okay.
They're there, but background characters.
Okay, well then, actually, I take it back. She would have just looked at Ileana. If Ileana had a good time, she's not good. So Demetrius would have seen,
someone.
The trolley Arcadia.
Okay. And then, what did she do after, for the rest of the night?
I guess she would have dinner with Ileana.
Okay. And this whole time, people are like coming up and asking, for your autograph and all this different bullshit. But dinner goes well, and then she says that she needs to take off as she is early morning.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So Ileana parts ways then.
Yes, she has an early morning because even though that you're back, her schedule cannot change because she's a military person.
All right. Then Arcadia would probably just. She's now curious about this boss man, and she would go to wherever she thinks that is, or she was told.
That would be at the club.
Okay, and she would. Is there a big line?
Of course.
Okay. She'll stand in line.
Okay. While you're standing in line, bodyguard or bouncer comes up. Madam? Miss?
She looks at him.
With me?
And she'll go with him.
And she'll say, someone of your caliber, you don't wait in no line.
She just nods at him.
And you go into this club, and then you see, she says, he points in the back, boss man is back there.
Okay, she'll go walk back there.
And you've seen him before, right? Like, you were there?
No, I've never seen him before. She was not involved with any of that.
Okay, I couldn't remember. So yeah, you saw this guy, and he whispers to his aide, and aide says, "What can I do for you?"
And she says, "I'm looking for a ring of protection, and I was heard that might have access here."
Of course. If you have the coin.
Pardon?
If you have the coin, of course, but
And how much coin would that be?
For you, the Great Arcadia, 1,500.
Okay. And she says, "That's good to know. I'm a little short right now, but I will come back when I have that."
Very well.
She says, actually, do you know anything about any kind of potions of aging?
What is it with everyone in potions of aging? Is what that guy says. Throws up his hand really quick. The king was just here. The king was just here, not too long ago, asking about these damn things.
Well, it's something that my party and I are looking for. If someone has already asked about them, then I guess you've already given the answer.
And he says, "Well, fuck the king, but if money talks, I'm." And then boss taps him, whispers something, and the guy says, "And we can always keep an ear out, but we don't know where these things are. Never heard of them until the king just came and asked after him."
When did the king come by?
Just shrugs.
Right. You said 1,500. Okay. Curious. She pulls out a potion of fire giant strength. How much would this be worth to you?
And he says, "Let us." And the guy says, he holds out his hand. Let me see. Where is it? And he pops off the cork and smells it and does a little taste and says, "Do 2,000."
And she says, "Okay. Do you happen to have any goggles of night vision?"
And he shakes his head no. And then
Okay.
the guy says, but we might be able to procure them if you give us some time. How soon do you need them?
Says I'm not sure when I'll be back, so I'd do better if I just get it now. But if I trade this, so I would get the ring. And do you have the ring now?
And the guy doesn't say anything. He just looks at you.
And she says if I were to trade this, so I would get the ring and 500 gold.
And he nods.
And she says, as long as I can get it now, because I'm not sure where I'll be.
It'll be on the ultras when you get there.
Okay.
Our security
she'll-
sucks on the ultras.
So she'll give him the potion of fire giant strength.
Okay.
So I'll take it off of my inventory.
Yeah, just delete it. And then give yourself 500 gold.
Got it. Thank you.
Corbin's sleep is interrupted, but he was constantly coming on and off the ultras.
And then anything else from Arcadia?
No, I don't think so. And she just says, nice doing business with you, and nods at both of them.
And they'll both nod back, and the guy will say, same with you, madam.
Finally, the thing I've been wanting for months.
And coincidentally, it's like almost from the same exact person.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
not the same, not the same person, but you know,
Slightly changed.
slightly changed person. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else from the day?
Are we on the? I don't know what day we're on. Are we on the next day? Or...
Yes. Now we're on the next day.
Arcadia's going to get up really early, and she's going to go hunting for a couple of deer.
Okay. Give us history. Yeah, I would say you're gonna go out of town.
Well, where the green area is, yeah.
The green area, like over here.
Well, wherever there seems to be wilderness.
That's the farm. Yeah, that's like
No,
farm.
not there. No, she's going to go wherever there's wilderness.
That's out. Yeah, that's out of town. Okay. Depending on how far out of the city you want to go, because I mean, you won't find too many deer by a big city because you know, big city noises.
Yeah, I mean, she's bringing Nix with her to keep a lookout. She is in the but she'll ask Nix to help her find a couple of deer, so she doesn't waste time.
Give us a survival.
She is in a rush, so she's going to use her advantage.
You find a deer.
I'm looking for 2.
You found a deer.
A deer?
Yes, a deer. Well, how long are you going to look? Because this one took you about an hour and a half to find. Like, outside of the city.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then she's going to... Alright. She'll just deal with that one deer. And
Okay.
she builds a pyre. And she sacrifices it to Kentamane.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
And as she's been doing all since he leveled everybody up and helped them in their fight. I didn't mention this, that during the, of course, she always praised him, but she is spending a lot of time thanking him for his intervention. Is there any indication? I don't know how much she's done this, or we've all done this. I mean, I remember us sacrificing the boar. Is there any indication when a god accepts a sacrifice, or do you just burn it and hope for the best?
I don't think you've seen one. A sign. Just burn it and hope for the best.
Yep, she's burning it and hope for the best, and then she heads back because she needs to remand the ultras.
And as you're getting back. I'm assuming Amitrius is going to barge onto the Ultros and start shit with Gravik.
Of course.
All right. So as everyone is combining back onto the Ultros, which I'm guessing Nico is also going to come back.
Yeah, he was gonna stop first at the jeweler's district.
Okay.
And pick up some diamonds for his spells.
How many do you want?
He's gonna need 600 gold pieces of diamond dust.
Okay.
And what is that other one? And he's gonna need another 600 gold pieces of diamonds, not the dust, but diamonds.
Okay, that is easy enough. If you want to add, just subtract the gold and then just add those to yourself.
So that's 1,200.
Yeah, that's easy enough for you. And did you want to buy anything else for him?
No, that'll just be it.
Okay. And so you go back to the Ultros. We're all reconvening. So Amitrius, what do you say to Gravik?
I will approach him calmly and ask him what he was up to yesterday.
Haley's catching up on his sleep in his bunk, just kind of like door locked, and is just like face down on a pillow.
Amitrius would knock on his door.
Not right now. Go away.
He will knock harder.
What?
Open the door!
Why? Demetrius. Well, fine. You hear some scuffling around, and then the door unlocks and swings open, and Gravik is standing there disheveled and only wearing like an undershirt that goes down past his waist. What?
Hello, Gravik. Having a nice sleep?
Yeah, until you woke me up. What's wrong? Are we?
I was just
departing
wondering, what were you up to yesterday?
soon? Went out into the Mithros, bought a few things.
Really? I've heard
Yeah.
some interesting things myself.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh, that you picked up a lot of gold. Something about a play.
Yes, you saw that, did you?
I did.
It's still a work in progress. I need to talk to the casting director.
I lean over and I try to grab him by the shirt.
Okay. Guess roll. I guess a grapple roll.
Yes, let me just put that.
Okay.
And I
so,
begin
yeah.
dragging him outside.
What, Demetrius? What the hell are you doing?
I don't answer him and I begin going to the top of the deck.
At least let me get dressed first.
And I try to toss him overboard into the sea.
He's gonna try and break the grapple before this happens.
Okay.
One second.
Yeah, I would think everyone is just now. Either Corbin's just coming up on deck, and the other two are coming back. And
Corbin's
Ske-
getting breakfast on deck.
And
skeleton
Arcadia
crew.
Arcadia knows exactly what's happening, and she's kind of smirking.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Right over.
And I say, you're not setting foot on the Ultras until you do something about that play. and bring me the money that my part in it earned.
Demetrius, seriously?
And
I
I will
didn't make
instruct
the-
the crew to pull up any ladders and not let him aboard.
Demetrius! I need to get dressed.
That's your problem.
Corbin will go over to Demetrius and say, "Oh, that was an interesting morning. Hey, I was thinking yesterday, but I couldn't find you. We probably need to go look for new crew like we discussed and see what the Minotaur's situation is here."
Agreed. We should find Arcadia. She wanted to do something with that.
Is
Go out
Arcadia's
with
right
her.
behind you?
Oh yeah. Hey, Arcadia. We should do the crew thing.
Yes, and she looks even more serious than you see her.
Corbin
But
looks.
you saw the play as well, huh?
What is this all about a play, right? wrong with
Gravik
you
made
people?
a play and he cast Arcadia as a troll and me as a eunuch horse.
Why would he do such a foolish thing?
I don't know why that wizard does half the things he does. But he's not getting on the Ultras until he fixes that.
And at about this time, you hear some shuffling up from below deck, and as someone is walking up, and you see Kyra, and she's holding her stomach, and guys, I don't feel so well, and she falls and collapses to the deck, and let's find out what happens next week.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Poor Kyra.
Oh no. Must be the god powers.
Cool. That was nice. Nice roleplay session. I don't think it's over either. To be continued.
Yes, there's many more wardrobes for Corbin to hide in.
You get a lot of more rotor. Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah,
I'm still not
do.
convinced that potion's not in this town.
I don't know how to allude to the fact other than outside there's no potions in town.
Yeah. At this point, even I'm convinced it's not in town, though.
Corbin will never give up.
We've talked to everyone that's important about it. The king, the oracle, the boss guy.
With a very high pitched voice.
Oh, his voice just cracks me up.
I try.
So sad. Arcadia has a wife, and but still sad. Wow.
It's sad that Arcadia has a wife. Wow.
Well, it's sad that she just like bye.
Doesn't
I'll see you
remember
later.
anything.
Oh yeah, doesn't
I
remember
mean,
it.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
sad
she's
that
like, bye,
Ileana's
bye,
wife died when Arcadia came into this world.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was kind of pointing out. I mean, there's a lot. They're gonna have to rebuild the relationship. I mean, she's not even sure. It's just as well that Ileana said, "I gotta go," because Arcadia doesn't really know her.
Yeah, you don't know the person, who she was with all the torment, because it doesn't seem like, at least, that there wasn't too much torment in her in this Ileana's life, maybe even Arcadia's.
Yeah, I mean the way they met. I mean, interesting. But she was hoping to at least spend the night with her, but I guess not. But like I said, it's like complicated. And I'm not sure that would have been a good idea anyway. But at least just to cuddle.
Spooning at least a forking.
That's right.
Demetrius was clear good battles and honest one victory. He rather battled the boss man to find out he already did in the past.
Corbin's
And
gonna
you
be very
might-
disappointed when he finds that out.
Yeah. You might notice that Arcadia still has her backpack on.
And not the frilly bag
No pink
with
bag.
a pink tassel.
But the backpack looks noticeably lighter. Like maybe she's put the bag of holding in her backpack.
We'll see it eventually.
Yeah,
That way she can carry all this shit.
so she put all her shit in the bag of holding and then shoved the bag of holding in the backpack.
In the backpack.
She's
It's
not gonna
like-
wear a piece of pink crap.
One day she pulls it out and we see the pink bag and like nobody cares. Oh, okay. Like they
Well,
don't even
well,
notice. And she
well-
made like a whole big deal.
Well, Gravik would probably say something
Okay, true.
because it's Gravik.
If he ever gets back on the boat.
Oh, I'm sure he could. He's a wizard. Well, he's not that kind of wizard, but
He's not that kind of wizard.
Strangely enough, what I can't figure out is how come it doesn't make her weigh that much less.
Oh, because you have to take the gold and put it in there.
No, I
Because
did.
you no I know why. You have to
remove
next to the inventory that little icon that shows that you have it equipped or in your inventory. You have to click that until it's empty and then the weight isn't counted anymore. You have to do
Oh, I
that
took-
for all the items in the bag
not
of
carried.
holding. Yeah.
Well, no, I put in parentheses how much all this stuff weighs and then changed their weight to 0. So the bag of holding is 15 pounds, but nothing in it is counting as weighing anything. That's okay. Now she can carry all of the silver with her.
Oh yeah, all 6,000 of it.
Can't believe he rolled a natural 1 on the braid grapple.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to dimension door out of there.
not very vampire-ish. Oh yeah.
I mean,
dimension
it
door
would
out
be
of
child's play for him to just turn invisible and get his stuff back or do whatever.
Gravik's going to have to go around invisible on the boat to travel with us.
That's gonna be funny.
Demetrius is going around. Where is he? He's around here.
Demetrius has blind sight, so
Yeah. But you have to be within 10 feet of him, so if he stays far enough away, he's okay.
just camp the poop deck. He has to go eventually.
Game to poop deck.
I really call it the poop deck.
All right, stream. We're gonna cut it here.
All right, guys. I gotta go eat sushi. I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Ooh,
Oh,
sushi.
you're not eating real sushi, by the way. It's not real sushi. Just throwing it out there.
Okay.
All right, stream. All right, we'll see you next week, and thanks for hanging out. And that was fun. All right, take care.